Hey guys, my name is Naomi. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to draw patterns with alcohol markers. First thing that you have to know is the things that we are going to be using. I'm going to be using these fine tip markers and brush tip markers. This is what a fine tip marker looks like. If you did not know, I actually did not know the difference between fine tip and brush tip marker. We are also going to be using our acrylic markers. So this is what our acrylic markers look like. You may have seen them when you are pumpkin painting. It's basically like paint that comes out of a marker. So yeah, I'm going to be using our acrylic markers. Yeah, they don't bleed the page. As you can see, it's just like a matte color. Really no shine, really no nothing. It's just, yeah. Now we are also going to be using a gel pen, a white gel pen to be exact. I'm using Jelly Roll, but it just makes it have like that shine, as you can see, on these patterns. Yeah, it makes it have that like little sparkle. It is also good for decorating, as you can see. I make little bows with that. Yeah, so this is a brush tip marker. It's what you use to like make the background. Yeah, so the difference between brush tip and fine tip marker is that brush tip, as you can see, it's better for coloring backgrounds, and fine tip is more for drawing details like these cherries. That is a fine tip marker. And we are going to draw all of these patterns from scratch. So we are going to start with the cherry print. I didn't show it on camera here, but you're going to be needing a light pink, which I'm going to be using to draw the background right here. I'm going to tell you ahead what you're going to be needing. It's light pink, dark pink for the cherries, green for the stem, pink for the hearts, which is completely optional, and the white gel pen. So first thing you have to do is let the background dry, so whatever you're gonna layer on top does not bleed. I got this fan from Five Below for $3 because I am not very patient. But once it dries, it should be safe to layer on more drawings, because if you don't let it dry, then it will actually bleed, and it will look horrible. Just let it dry, Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fine tip marker. You can use your brush tip marker if you do not have a fine tip marker, but you're just going to draw little dots next to each other like so. These are the cherries, so don't draw them like glued together, because there's going to be a stem connecting them, and cherries just look weird conjoined. The cherry print looks really good on dresses and hats and stuff, and it should look like fabric. So the way that we make the illusion for it to look like fabric, is to make it look like it's just ending and it's just going on, even though there's nothing past that. You're just drawing it like that for the illusion that it is continuing on with the fabric, and just a dressmaker just snipped it or something. But doing this makes it look actually really cool. We're going to continue doing this with our green once we start with the green. Okay, now that I have the green here, you're just going to make like these little bows on top. I just make like these two little circles and then like a little vine going on. So we're just going to continue doing this, and to make it look like it's continuing on, just do it like that and such. It looks really good when you do it. This is totally optional, but I'm adding hearts. This is also optional, but you can use the gel pen to make it have that nice polished look. If you want, you can put a little rim around it, but that's pretty much it for my cherry pattern. The next thing that we are going to be doing is the strawberry pattern. If you want to skip doing the strawberry pattern, go ahead and skip this part of the video because I'm going to be teaching it. Okay, pretty simple plan. First thing that you have to do is layer out a background with orange or yellow and dry it. Next thing that you have to do is you have to do like these little dots that are meant to be strawberries. Once you are done coloring your strawberry, that should look like little gumdrops if you ask me, you're going to take out green. I'm using the same green as I did with the cherries and doing like this little hairstyle. I call it a hairstyle. It's like the little green stuff, like the leaves on the strawberry. Okay, now that I am done coloring, and you should be as well, and if you are not, go ahead and pause the video, no rushed coloring. Now we are going to do the seeds. I'm going to try out yellow because I think strawberry seeds are usually yellow, but if you want to do black, here, let me show you black because I'm going to show you both options. So that's the black seeds. It looks like that. So you can choose between these seeds or you can choose these seeds. I mean, they're like the yellow seeds, the classic yellow seeds. I'm doing them with acrylic marker, but you don't have to. Sorry, my hair got in the way, guys. Sometimes I'm really careless on the way that I put the camera. Okay, so now I'm just adding polka dots. I'm just adding polka dots with the green. Yeah, you can choose whatever shade of green that you want. This is actually really optional if you enjoy the strawberry by itself. I'm also adding bows, by the way, if you did not know. I am also adding bows. So that is the strawberry pattern, unless if you want to add a white gel pen. I actually forgot to tell you guys to do this, but you can go ahead and add the gel pen. Anyway, our next pattern is going to be the tomato pattern. So this one's actually a really easy one if you think about it and you're using the right materials. If you are not using an acrylic marker, it might turn out a little bit worse and it might turn out a little bit harder. I mean, it might be a little bit harder to make. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do, I'm so sorry the camera isn't positioned. I didn't realize this until later. But what you're going to be needing, and I'm just realizing now that I should tell you what you should be needing. It's light blue and dark blue. Actually, this is really optional. You can choose whatever light and dark colors like purple or green or pink if you prefer. I'm using blue. The blue is for like the lines and the dark blue is to give it a more polished look. We are also using red for the tomatoes and green for the vine that is on the tomatoes. I'm also, I mean, you can use either of them. Like you can use alcohol markers or acrylic markers. It really doesn't matter. Just acrylic markers are a lot easier to handle. And the green one as well, you can use normal green or you can use acrylic green. It is all fine. Fun fact, acrylic actually does not bleed through paper. So if you do not know that, now you know. And then again, I'm so sorry for not positioning the camera. Basically what I'm doing is bring the lines down, like drawing lines downward and then drawing them across. And this is like a little, how do you say, lattice look? Yeah, it does like a little lattice look. And it looks really cute if you ask me. Now, my dark blue is going to be like making it a lot more picnicky. Like those picnic blankets that have darker red in the middle where they meet. We are going to be doing that with the dark blue. So you can use whatever dark blue you have. Just make sure it's not acrylic because we are going to be labeling on top of that. But as you can see, I am putting marker on top of the pieces where my lines meet. So just do that. If you are not using acrylic markers for the tomatoes and the vines, please wait for this background to dry. But if you are not, go ahead and dive in. I'm skipping the first hole diving in on the second one, and I'm going to do like this checkerboard pattern. Like if you play checkers, just put draw the tomatoes where you would put a checker piece, in like that formation where there's like a hole in the middle of every single tomato, spacing them apart in a way. Oh, sorry about that. I accidentally moved the tripod. Sorry for also looking in like that. I have to look really closely to concentrate, which is something that I have to get rid of a habit on. But just go ahead and, draw the tomatoes the way that you need to. Okay, I'm kind of slow on this part, so I put on high speed, but we are going to be coloring the stems of the tomato. It's pretty easy, just line it up just like that. It turned out beautiful. I love it. Right now I'm adjusting the tripod. Let me see. Okay. Next thing that we are going to do is a totally optional thing, and it's adding hearts. And as you can see here, I did add hearts, before. But you can go ahead and totally add hearts right now, right? Like, it's a fun pattern. So I'm going to be adding hearts. Okay, I also added gel pen while it was on high speed. I'm so sorry. But here is where I am putting the gel pen on the strawberries because, like I told you, I did forget to. So totally, if you have a gel pen right next to you, go ahead and color that in. It should look pretty good. Here, let me show a photo of all of the patterns that I'm going to teach you next. Because by the time that I'm editing this video, obviously, I am finished. The last one, the carrot one, was actually added by me because as you can see here, there are only 5 patterns here. And the next pattern that we are going to be making is the bow pattern. It actually turned out really good in the end. Now that we are done with the cherry, the the strawberry, sorry, I have the hiccups, the tomatoes, we are going to be moving on, and we're going to be doing the bow like it said before. Or maybe I didn't say it before, I don't know. I actually don't remember. So, what we're going to be doing, needing is some pink, which is going to be that. We are also going to be needing red, and we are also going to be doing a background color, which I'm going to be using brush tip, and a gel pen. No acrylic markers for this one if you did not have some at home. First thing we need to do is layer the background. So just a normal background like I taught you before, just layer it on. And then just let that dry. When it dries, I'm going to be taking my fluorescent pink. You can open it up tip or chisel tip. I'm going to open it up chisel tip. We're going to do a line. Ooh, that's a very pretty color for pink. If you have a fluorescent pink, you should use it on this pattern because it looks very, very beautiful. Okay, sorry about all the hiccups. Okay, so it looks like that. You did it up, across. Yeah, it's basically like a little gel. Sorry, that seemed way too harsh. Okay, open up your red marker, and you're going to be drawing the same thing, but it's going to be thin, and it's going to be in the middle of the parts where there is no, fluorescent pink. And you're going to be doing the same thing right across. Yeah, that looks really pretty. Kind of looks like a hairnet. Now you're going to take your white gel pen or white acrylic pen if you do not have a gel pen. And you're just going to be drawing little bows. or hearts, however you would want it. I'm drawing a little bit of both. Honestly, I've never done the heart thing. I've always done the bow thing, but maybe it will turn out better. Who knows? So just doing it like that. If you want to know how to draw a bow, it's just you go like a little circle, another little circle next to it, and then just 2 lines going across like that. I make the lines kind of like smoothie, or however you call it, like curly. I don't know how you say that. Okay, so now as you can see, we are actually done with this one. This one was a very easy one. I think this one turned out somehow better, but this looks really cool. Yeah. You can use it for a makeup bag, actually. I actually did use it for a makeup bag. Let me show you. I got this coloring thing, and as you can see, I used it on here. It looks very pretty. Okay, next up is Bluebell, or Blueberry if you would prefer say blueberry. Yeah, it looks like this. It was a bit squeezed here on this page. Let's make it a lot more neat. Neater or neat? I actually don't know how to say that either. We're gonna start with a yellow background. Yeah, just your regular yellow background. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger than our other background because I feel like I didn't make it big enough on that one. Yeah, so there you go. That's my background. Wait for it to dry. Okay. It should be dry by now, but I'm going to continue drawing it anyway, just for the sake of it. Once you believe that it is dry, oh, I forgot to do the palette. Yeah, you're gonna need yellow. You're also going to need blue. I think this blue is fine. Let me see. Yeah, that blue is fine. I'm gonna use a blue. You're also going to use an acrylic marker in this one. You actually don't need to if you don't want to. I'm just using it anyway. It's gonna be a lavender blue sort of thing, and a dark blue. This is our palette. If you want to do a gel pen, yeah, you can do a gel pen, throw it in there, but if you don't have a gel pen, you don't need to use the gel pen. You're gonna get the lighter blue. You're gonna do like a cross, like wah, yeah, like that. Yeah, this is why the yellow has to be dry, because if not, it's gonna turn green, and we don't want green for a blueberry thing. Yeah, once you did that, you're also gonna do it again, but you're gonna do it coming back like that. Yeah, this looks kind of ugly, to tell the truth. My drawing has seen better days like this. This is when I'm filming. It just turns out a lot worse than it could have turned out. Okay, then you're going to take your dark blue. Oh wait, actually I forgot to say. You're meant to take the acrylic or whatever color that you have, and you're gonna do like this little swoopy curtain thing. This is optional actually if you don't have any acrylic markers. This is absolutely very optional. Look, it looks like a curtain actually. That looks really pretty. Okay, then we take our dark blue and we're going to draw like blueberries. I actually thought that the blueberries were kind of ugly. This is what it turns out in the end, except with a little bit more space. That's how it's meant to turn out. Honestly, I think bows would be better, so I'm gonna draw bows. It's totally up to you. If you did want to draw blueberries, let me show you how to draw a blueberry. You're gonna do a little circle, just like that, and then add like 3 little fringes. That's a blueberry. Ooh. If you want, instead of bows, you can do that, like right here in the middle, but honestly, I think it's kind of ugly, so my drawing's kind of ugly. If you think that that is beautiful on a piece of print, you can go ahead and do it. It's like totally up to you. Okay, I'm done drawing bows, it should turn out like really neat. I mean, yeah. Okay, so this is the pattern. Just finished. What do you think? It looks very pretty. Those are all 5 that I was planning to do for this video. But as you can see, we're missing one right here, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna teach you a 6th one. Let me just figure out a pattern. Next pattern is going to be a carrot pattern. Where the palette for this one is like a light lime green. I'm gonna be using fluorescent yellow. I actually used a different color for this, I just forgot it. Let me just see. Yeah, okay. It's like a lime green, so basically just call this a lime. We are going to be needing an acrylic marker for this one, unless if you don't want to do it. I mean, it's fine. We're also going to be using an orange acrylic marker. You can also use a normal marker for this if you want to. It just turns out with much better results. Actually, it's a light orange and then an orange, because this is a carrot pattern. This is carrot, this is background. Yeah, so make sure they're not too similar. Then we're also going to be using a green for the stem and a brown because that's like the detail. And I'm also going to be doing a green for like the background. So we have a lot of colors here. We have a whole lot of colors. We're going to use every single one of them. And a gel pen. You don't need a gel pen for this pattern. I actually didn't plan on using a gel pen, but it might turn out a lot prettier with a gel pen. We're gonna start off somewhat like this one that didn't have anything in the background, and we're basically gonna do the same thing that we did with this one, except with no yellow. So basically we have this entire ring. And then we go across again, but through the middle. I'm gonna make it down more. I feel like I used it too much. Like, this is a tiny little square, and then this is just a whole bunch of space. Okay, once you're done with that, we are going to be taking our pink acrylic marker. And we're going to draw in the squares. Same as this one. No, wait. Yeah, same as that one, where you like draw in the middle of the squares, where like the markers cross. Yeah, we're gonna do that, but with the acrylic marker. If you're not using acrylic marker, make sure to wait for this to dry, or else it will bleed, like I have mentioned before. That is the most cautionous thing. Caution-est, is that how you say it? I mean, I'm just gonna say it, like the caution-est thing that you can imagine. Yeah. So just do that until it like fills the entire thing. While I'm coloring, fun fact, acrylic marker actually does not bleed through paper. So if you're trying to make like a full-blown just acrylic page, you do not need to put another page underneath, as you have to do with normal markers, with alcohol markers, because they bleed through the page. Acrylic markers actually do not bleed. So that is a very nice thing and convenient for me and for probably everybody in the world. Once you're done with that, we're going to take our light orange, not the carrot orange, the light orange. And we're going to do what we did with this one. We're going to do like another pattern, but like in between that. Then through the middle again. I feel like y'all are just screaming at me like, how do you do that? How does it turn out so pretty? It is not very pretty to me. This does not look very nice to me. It looks like Starburst to me, but if this looks nice to you, then that gives me great motivation to continue with this. We're gonna continue with our dark carrot orange. And we're gonna draw carrots in between of these squares. It's kind of like our strawberries, but they're carrots. And I'm gonna do like the checker thing, where you like do, leave one space in the middle, then just continue on like diagonally and no space right next to them. Like not that one, this one, not that one, this one, this one, not that one, this one. That's basically the pattern that I'm doing right here. I kind of broke it right there because these are next to each other. I think that's all I can do. So those are my very ugly carrots. The next thing that we have to do is we have to take our brown acrylic or brown normal and do like little stripes right there. Make it look like an actual carrot. We do that on all of the carrots. Once you finish, to actually turn it into a carrot, we're gonna do like the little stuff that's on top of the carrot. If you don't know how to do that, just draw a little heart on top of the carrot. That's the little stem thing that they have. This looks very adorable. I actually really like it. That's our carrot print. Yeah, so our last thing is we're going to take our other green, which is darker, and just for decoration, so if you don't have another green, you don't have to do this. Just like a little thing where you just put like little hearts around it or little dots. It looks really the same to me. And to finish it up with our gel pen, just like a little bit, but at least it's something on the carrots to show that there is light next to them. Yeah, so that was the 6 patterns that I taught you all you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. Just to review, we did cherry, the pink, strawberry, the red, tomato, also the red, the bow, the blueberry, or also the bow because I did not do the blueberry, and the carrot, which is the orange.